Anthony Gramuglia, blah, blah, I'm not going to bother saying his stupid sounding last name, comes off to me as a very sheltered white man. And don't get me wrong, there are plenty of sheltered white people out there, in fact, sheltered people in general. But what really gets on my nerves about Anthony is that he tries to stand on some sort of moral high ground pedestal. I genuinely believe that Anthony, this man, has never actually done any real work in his entire life. Like, you give him some power tools or something like that, he's just going to be confused. He's going to look at it all funny. I mean, what is Anthony? Some sort of journalist or failed writer or something like that who has wrote articles or books that nobody really cares about? In a way, you know, he kind of reminds me of Brian Griffin, you know. They're both white, they're both failed writers, and they're both total douchebags. And what's even more insane to me is that despite the fact that Anthony has never really worked a real job, you know, actually benefited society in any way, he has a large group of followers who just blindly listen to whatever kind of nonsense he has to say. And not only that, but his reviews, his video essays, they are extremely boring. Anthony reminds me of that white teacher from the Boondocks episode, you know, the Christmas episode, where this guy thinks he knows all about African culture and African oppression, despite the fact that he's just another sheltered white man. That's the kind of vibes I get from Anthony. Just an incredibly smug, preachy, liberal douche. And I'm not saying this as someone who's like right-leaning or anything like that. In fact, some of my political opinions actually align with Anthony, except I don't really put those political opinions on such a high pedestal. And oh my gosh, the ridiculous defending of Otterly Noah. Otterly Noah was one of those left-leaning bread tuber people who got caught false flagging and also with plagiarism, and Anthony spent like 2 months defending him. I guarantee you, if Critical Drinker or if any other right-leaning YouTuber or whatever got caught doing that kind of thing, Anthony would be on their ass, you know? And that's something about these bread tubers. They're very specific about who they target, you know? Another problem with Anthony and people who are like him is that they immediately call other people grifters over having different opinions on media or asking certain questions. For example, a genuine question that you might get called a grifter over for asking is, why is Angerboda from God of War Ragnarok black? That's a good question because Angerboda feels very out of place, and it doesn't, in her design, doesn't even match the original Norse mythology. It kind of feels very forced, you know? And by casually calling people grifters over having different opinions in media, people like Anthony have pretty much just ruined that word forever now. You know, here's the actual definition of the word grifter. And calling someone a grifter because they don't like a piece of media or question that said media is completely retarded and illogical. It's very ironic how Anthony and people like him love to overuse the term media literacy, but not even know the basic definition of words. And like, Anthony is such a sheltered white man. Like, look at this. Look at this. This is what he's planning on doing for his next analysis. Like, one of the topics is Chris Stuckman and the danger of positive reviews. Now, I don't like Chris Stuckman. He strikes me as another sheltered, boring white man who does boring reviews. But the danger of positive reviews, how is that a danger? Anthony, you need to go out there and get a real job, buddy. Like, Anthony, go outside. Experience some real life, you know? I promise you, if you go outside, you won't have to deal with any of those big, bad, mean grifters that you see on the internet all day. Like, take a break. Just delete your whole Twitter. You know, I don't use Twitter at all. It's a toxic, horrible website. Just delete your Twitter. Like, I really do recommend that Anthony deletes his Twitter. Not because I want him to, like, disappear off of, well, no, I would like for him to disappear off of social media. But Twitter is also a major detriment to one's own mental health. Just get off of Twitter and go outside. And while you're at it, submit a job application. Like, complaining about Chris Stuckman because he does positive reviews and saying that it's a danger, that's sheltered behavior. Like, oh no, who cares if he likes movies or whatever he reviews? You know, if you don't like it, that's awesome too. But you don't got to make a fucking video essay talking about the dangers of positive reviews. Like, oh, Lord forbid someone likes something, like a movie or a game. I would like to do more videos, you know, reacting to and responding to some of Anthony Graham's essays. However, he's just really boring to listen to, all right? It's like listening to Jordan Peterson.